What's good, tech family? My name is Josh High Tech, and in this video, I'm talking about how I write clean, maintainable code as a developer. The first thing that I do is I make descriptive and meaningful variables. For example, if I have a website that is a blog and I mention a person in that blog, I can make a variable called character to describe that person, which means that if I needed to change the name of that character in the future, I can just literally use that variable characters, and then that can make it more descriptive and meaningful as I'm continue on with my code. The second thing that I do is I write comments to explain the purpose and function of my code. Like I mentioned before, if anybody comes behind me, I want to make sure that they know exactly what I wrote, because if I'm writing things that isn't readable, or I just was really rushing and I didn't explain what is going on, it will be hard for somebody to come behind me to be able to pick up where I left off. So I write comments a lot. That's just my thing, because even me, maybe I worked on a project and then I stopped using it or working on it for a couple months, then I come back to it. Having comments will be very, very helpful in me starting where I left off. And that's why I write very specific comments that just explain exactly what's going on with regards to my code. The third thing that I do to write clean and meaningful code is that I avoid using global variables. Like, I avoid them as much as I can, and I just try to pass that data like as arguments to functions. That's what I do. It helps me tremendously as a developer, because when I write global variables in the past and I try to make a change and it affects everything on that page and it breaks it, that is a big no-no. So I try to avoid it at all costs of writing global variables unless it absolutely is needed. So that's another helpful tool that I do to help me write clean and meaningful code. Fourth thing that I do to write clean and meaningful code as a developer is that I use version control software like Git to be able to track my changes over the period of time that I'm working on this project. That is very essential for me, because I like to know exactly what I've done, how long ago it was, and what changes that I made. And as I improve my skills year after year, I can go back and look at what I did and also find better solutions and more better ways that I can optimize that website so it can perform better and run faster. So that's what I do, and it's very helpful because I know that on that day I did something, and I know how I can literally change it or make it better as a developer. The last step that I do to write clean and meaningful code as a developer is that I write test cases to ensure that my code works and also that it can prevent future bugs. This is important, and I don't do it all the time because it does take more time, but I definitely do it, and I use Jest mainly, and it's just very effective in how I can be a better developer and then, like I said, prevent future bugs. And I know it's just very helpful to be able to make sure that when I do publish it and it goes out, like, that it's literally working and there aren't as many bugs as it would have been if I didn't test exactly what I needed to test with Jest to ensure that my code is working properly. So those are 5 things that I just wanted to talk about of how I write clean and maintainable code. There are more, but those are like the main ones, and I just wanted to make sure I pointed them out. And that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Be sure to comment below some things that you do to write clean and maintainable code, and see you all in the next video. Espero que tengas un buen día. Ciao.